Okay, now we are in Visual Studio, and in Visual Studio you can see Application Explorer on the left hand side. So in D365 the best way to work is to basically explore the existing objects and find a similar example which you want to basically develop in D365. So in this case we will be looking for the forms which are of workspace, which are having the name workspaces. Okay, so and also the type should be forms. Now you can see on the left hand side there are certain forms which are of type workspaces. So we just need to find any of these forms which are having a tab called Power BI or Power BI Analytics. For this there is a customer collection workspace, and this one, okay, any of the workspace we just need to copy. So we will take for example this cust collection workspace, and now we will create a new project, and this project will be using the template for finance and operations. Okay, and we will just select finance or operation, and then in finance of operation we will just put our project name, which is retail sales analysis. Okay, in Visual Studio here in the framework we need to select 4.6. Solution name will be the same, and we have selected framework 4.6, and we will just go ahead with creation of this project. And then you can see by default it has saved in fleet management. So the first step, whenever you create a F&O project in Visual Studio, you must select your own model in the initial phase when you have just created the project. After creating the object you cannot change this. So I will select my model, which is name as PKR model, and apply, click OK, and now our project is retail sales analysis in PKR model. What I will do is PKR model is already referring to application suite package, so I will just create a duplicate in our project. Okay, and because retail sales analysis is related with retail module, so the best placement for this would be in the retail module. So the best place will be in this module. I will need to place retail sales analysis. So it is better to put workspace, because in each module the workspace is at the top. So it is also better here. If you see, like here, workspace is at the top. So this is a sub menu. So similarly I will also need to place in retail and commerce module my workspace. So I just copy this cust collection workspaces, and then first of all I will just rename it to retail sales analysis workspace. All my analysis related with retail sales will be under this workspace. Next is I will double click this form, because now I own this object. I have duplicated and created under my project, so I own this object. So the first step would be also how I can link this, or how I can call this within a menu. So also I need to go to, I will just clear the filter here, and on the left hand side you can see there is in the user interface node you will see menus. In the menus we are interested in retail menu. There is a retail main here, and this is the one we are interested in. So I will create an extension for this. Okay, so whenever you create an extension, just rename that extension with your project name. Control C for copy, and I will place here my project name. Okay, but still I need to create a before that I need to create a sub menu. Okay, so this sub menu will be called workspaces, and same will be the label name. You better to create a label ID for this instead of just putting the literal here. So that is the best practice, to create this under a label file. So just now for the demo purpose, I'm just placing it workspaces. Okay, after this workspaces, I need to create a display menu item. Okay, for my workspace. So how to do that is simple. Just right click over your project and add, and go to the new item, show all templates, and within this template you just need to go to the user interface. You need to select display menu item, name it as per your project, which is retail sales analysis workspace. Okay, and also just open, and first of all just put label retail sales analysis. So already the submenu name is workspaces, so I will just name this as retail sales analysis. No need to put workspace again. And then there are two important properties. One is object type, the other is the object. So which object I need to refer here? That will be PKR retail sales analysis. Click the lookup to verify, and this is our workspace. After this, just open this menu extension and make the sequence to be at the top, because workspace is in the beginning of all the menus. So within this workspace, I will just drag and drop my menu item, put it in the same way. Okay, after this, I need to adjust the form, which is workspace form. The extra elements I will remove, which are unneeded. Let me check. Yeah, I don't need this all, which is not relevant in retail module. Also this related info, which are links, I don't need those. Okay, and we have a panorama body here, and there is a pattern called a custom pattern. So what I will need to do here, I will just follow some of the steps. So the first step will be, in my project, after this I need to add a resource to add my Power BI report here. So for that I will just create a new item and just go to labels and resources, select a resource, and just here put a name, retail sales analysis Power BI. Okay, that's it, Power BI. And now it is giving me option to select from the file browser the actual PBIX file which we have created in the previous steps. So this is now our resource in which we have selected our Power BI file. So the next step what we'll need to do is, after adding the report, we need to add a tab control. in the in this design view. So just right click and go to new, and just from the objects available you can just select a tab. Okay, this will be called as a form tab control 1. In this tab control, then you need to create 2 tab pages. Okay, tab page 1 and tab page 2. Okay, these 2 tab pages, and just name some meaningful name, like in first one we will give this as workspace. First tab page is called workspace, and the second tab page will call analytics. Okay, after this naming this to analytics, also we will just put the label or caption the same also for workspace. And also in analytics we need to make this auto declare property to be yes. This auto declare must be yes. Okay, after this what we need to do is in analytics group we need to add a group control. So just go to the new and then go to the group. Okay, and this is our Power BI report group. This need to be auto declare yes, because by programmatically through using X++ language we will be populating a Power BI control within this group. So this need to be auto declare yes, and auto declare yes means you can reference this in your program your programming, that is X++ in this case. So this I have just put. And also another important property, because once your report is loaded, Power BI report is loaded, it need to occupy the full space. For this purpose, by default the group property shows size to content, but here we need to do this size to available to occupy the full space. Okay, this is very important. I think that is it. And now what we need to do is the pattern. The pattern here, we need to remove this custom pattern and we need to apply a new pattern which is called workspace tabbed pattern. Okay, this is a workspace tab pattern, and then this panorama body we need to just drag and drop under the workspace here. Okay, just click on the workspace tab and see here whether our pattern has fulfilled all the objects which are needed. So it is showing as a ticked. That is it. Now what we need to do next, just save this project and right click your form to see the view code and remove any unnecessary code, because if you have duplicated, maybe there is unnecessary code, but in our case there is no unnecessary code. So we will start from here by putting our own business logic or code. So first of all what we need to declare is access modifier private, boolean variable, init report control to be true. This is a variable which is accessible locally in this method, and its type is boolean, that can be a true and false, so initial value is assigned as a true. So next we will create a protected method without any return value, that means void init analytical report. and this is the body where we'll place our body under curly braces. Okay, init in analytical report, and then there will be another method. Okay, that will be public void, and I think that just right click here and you will find init method to override, and this is our init method. Within this init method, and here just you put description that this initializes the form. Okay, super will call the parent method in parent class. So this need to be because this is overridden now, and this means reference to the current instance or object of the class. And after this, you just need to call your custom method init analytical report. So when the form initializes, so it calls this method, and within this method we will call our init analytical report method, which will basically initialize the Power BI report control. So first if block we will put here, which will say that not of init report control private variable, boolean variable, then return. What does this mean? It means that when the report control is initialized, basically, then return it. No need to again initialize it. So what it will do in case of the true condition, it will make it false. And then it will not go and execute return statement. That means then it will go to the next block. First time this will happen only first time. Second time, once it goes to there, and then you will see that it will return directly. So next time if it comes under this, it will return. There's no need to initialize the second time. And then what we need to do is just to make sure that the menu item access, to make the security access correctly. So the menu item which we have created, we need to make sure that this report is being launched from the same menu item. So for that, our menu item name, which is PKR retail sales analysis workspace, I will place it here, menu item display string, and then I will also pass a second parameter, which is menu item type, which is an enum value. Enum are just literal, and that is of type of display. So we just need to check whether this method is called from this display menu item PKR retail sales analysis workspace. That's it. If it is not called, then it will not come under this code block. So next thing is PBI report helper class. It has an static method to initialize report control. There are multiple methods, but we will call this method only. And then what we'll need to do is to pass the resource name here. So our resource name is this one. Under the quote, single quotes, I will just pass this, and then I need to just put here the control name for which we have set the auto declare property as yes to refer this group control. So I will just put this name here and statement end with semicolon. That's it. This is our total code, and what it does, it basically first of all when the form initializes, it calls this method init analytical report, initialize analytical report, and within this method, first code of block, if block is, it will check whether the report Power BI report control is initialized or not. If not, it will come here in the second. Otherwise, it will return from the method. It will not do anything else. Okay, the second block, when it comes, it will check the menu item access, that it has menu item access for this. Any person who's having access can access this one. Okay, then in the code, in the next statement, you can see we have given the resource name. In this resource name, which is basically having a Power BI report. So this Power BI report is already having, as you have seen in Power BI development phase, we have referred to the server as dot and DB as AXDW, and we have put SQL statement there. We don't need to put here again. So it is already part of Power BI. We just need to refer a resource which we have created here in this Visual Studio D365 Finance and Operation project. We have given the resource name and then the group control which we have set as auto declare yes. So under this group control, this report will be initialized and rendered. So it will not render on dev box. Keep in mind, as we have seen in our slides, that in one box environment it will not show. However, you can see this workspace to be working there without report. But after you make a package deployable and then you deploy this on sandbox and you also refresh your entity store, definitely this report should work. Okay, so this is it. After this stage, what we'll do, we will basically rebuild. You can build also. The difference in build and rebuild is there is a clean method. Clean will clean all your object files, which is compiled files, so it will clean. If you see, once you right click on the project, you see this clean command. Clean will clear all the objects which are compiled. So rebuild in fact is combination of build and clean together. So second time you must maybe running this rebuild instead of build. Okay, so the build is complete. Now next is we need to just refresh, because after each build or rebuild, the IIS web server is reset, and it's better to refresh your browser. Okay, after refresh, you can go to the detail menu and you can see here there is another sub menu called workspaces is shown. Under this there is a menu item called retail sales analysis. Once you click this menu item, so you can see here there is a workspace which is showing the name which is from previous one. Still we need to rename this to retail sales analysis, and under this there is analytics page, and in analytics page you cannot see anything, because why? It is one box environment. You need to build your package and then deploy it to the sandbox to see it working. Okay, so first of all I will just go to the forms. Okay, in the main node on the left hand side, rather in the design, I will need to change the caption, which will be retail sales analysis. So now it is showing here as well. Okay, and then just save. Okay, next what you need to do is just make a deployable package for deploying on the sandbox. So go to the create deployable package, and in my case it is only PKR model package, and I will just select a path where this deployable package will be stored. Okay, under this, and just click create, and it will create a package which is deployable on the sandbox environment. So once that package is created, you just need to upload to asset library, and asset library will validate your package is correct or no. Then from the asset library you need to deploy to the sandbox environment. That is, you need to go to your sandbox environment and apply apply the changes, apply the updates to the environment, and then you just need to select the deployable package which you have created, and it will be deployed there. Okay, we will just go to our sandbox environment, and in the sandbox environment we will go to our retail and commerce module, and there you can see workspaces. Under workspaces you will see retail sales analysis. Okay, just click there and you will see store sales analytics, and just click the analytics and you will see the Power BI icon is just showing that your data is being loaded. And once it has loaded your data, you can see your visuals which are showing the sales as per we have developed the report. So sales by salesperson, sales by retail channel, sales by period, and sales by period in line graph, and then sales by retail channel as a donut chart, and then also overall sales. And then you have the filters. Filters are also available, like store wise, salesperson wise, or period wise. So how for example, if you select any store, so by clicking control together with multiple stores, you will only see the graphs related with that store. Okay, if you want to see specific period, then just go for example 2016, because this is a Contoso data, so the old period is available. I will just select for example first quarter of 2016. So it is showing me all the visuals are updated simultaneously at the same time, which is usual feature of Power BI. But this Power BI embedded does not need any license, any powerbi.com license. It is basically Power BI embedded within D365 and also deployed within D365. So how it gets deployed? So if you go to AOS service folder, packages local directory, okay, within PKR model, if you search PBIX file, okay, so you can see if you open the location, so each of the models where these resources are available, these PBIX files are there, and once you deploy on the sandbox, that is multi-box environment, automatically it get deployed on Power BI embedded service. Since in one box it is not available, so it cannot render here, but when you deploy on the sandbox, it will render correctly. So this is the report which we have developed, but you can take example of the many existing report which Microsoft has bundled with your application. So just you need to search PBIX files under packages local directory, and it will show you many sample files, or which are basically not samples, which are working files, but those are available as a sample for you to work. So for example, see how many files are there. PBIX Power BI project files are there. Okay, so you can take example from this, copy in your own folder and explore how they are working. So mostly the settings are the same, like server is referenced like dot, and AXDW, that is entity store, is referred, and that it is mostly based on direct query because of high volume of data, and it shows it does not need two refresh level, one refresh level on entity store, second in Power BI, which was in the case of import query methodology used in Power BI. But in direct query, if your underlying entity store or data warehouse is refreshed automatically, it is a feature of direct query that your Power BI report will be reflecting the changes. And in this way you can explore high volume of data. I hope this today's session is quite informative. If you have any questions of you or you have any topic of interest related with this, just let me know and I will make sure the next video will be on that. Thank you very much guys. Take care. Bye.